BlackBusters.
What's cracking, family? Welcome back to another episode of BlackBusters, the best movie review podcast in the world.
In the world, done.
In the world, done.
In the world,
oh, what up, Kiko? What up, done? What up, son? Man, I'm your host, Big Ja, along with my co-host,
Tone Love. I pod solo from state to state.
Ha ha! Yes.
Can I get some podcasts? Can I get some bitch ass?
Some bitch ass? Now, here's the thing. This kind of, like, that alone would make somebody argue that it's a classic. But we'll get to that in a minute. And I don't know if y'all movie buffs like us, if that little exchange gave you a clue of what we're doing today. Today we are doing Belly.
Ha ha!
Ha ha! Ike Love.
A pod solo.
Baby.
Is this the illest nigga in the podcast business?
Yeah.
Is you body fool?
Man. Ike Love, I bought a gift from the home nine.
Yeah.
Belly.
Mad people talking about you in pen, John.
You know what I'm saying?
Mad people talking about you.
I don't like that shit.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
Man.
He podding hard. I don't like that shit.
Belly. A dope ass film, bro. Written by Anthony Boden, Nas, and Hype Williams.
Okay.
Directed by Hype Williams.
Yes, it was.
As you can tell.
At the height of his powers.
The stars at the height of his powers, for sure. Starring Nas, DMX, Taral Hicks, amongst so many others.
T-Boz.
Method Man. Tyron Turner. Yeah.
Cameo by my man AZ.
Cameo by my boy, your boy AZ did his thing. I'm about to blow, dog. Hey, he saw what was going on, but being on the block with your baby,
he got
just to see. Oh yeah, he's wild as hell for that.
Shout out to Hassan Johnson.
Played Mark too. Played Mark,
better known as Weebay.
Yes, indeed. Yep, for sure. Man, Belly. Now, it's off top. I'm gonna say this. It's considered a hood classic.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. And I'm gonna give my take on it towards the end of this review. I love this film. I remember being in high school when this came out. And let me tell you this. Nas, DMX are two, at the time, top 5 artists in the game.
Icons.
So you got a movie, and you probably got the best
icons,
urban, or just the best in general, best film, music video director in the game.
Yes.
Hype Williams, and he got DMX and Nas. Anything better than, the only artist bigger than him or in the same world is Jay-Z.
Would have been Jay-Z at the time.
In 98, this is 98, right? Jay-Z, 50 wasn't even cracking just yet.
If this movie had Jay-Z, it would have had like basically the 3 biggest stars in hip hop at the moment.
Right.
At that time.
And you got Method too. Method's in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, this movie is off top. This is a hood classic, you know, off first consideration based off of what it meant for the culture and how many people watched it.
It was a big deal.
This
movie was a big deal.
Yeah.
Everybody had watched it. Everybody had it on DVD. It was a fixture of in 98, 99, 2000, people were still buying DVDs.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Right?
Yes.
This was in everybody's collection.
Yeah.
It was in everybody's collection.
The DVD along with the album, because DMX had an album around this time as well. And so, let's just get to it, man. The main character is Sincere. Sincere is played by Nas. Nas is the main character. He is the narrator of the story. He basically he takes us on the journey with him in like a 9 to 10 month period of his life. In 1999, February of 1999, they walk into a nightclub / strip club, and they rob that bitch.
Best scene in the movie.
I was just about to say, probably one of the best intros to a film. From the sound, from the song to the visual. And
the black light,
the men,
the slow motion,
steady.
Oh,
you ready?
Yeah.
The dark, them glowing in the light.
Yeah,
everything. Yeah, so
it goes downhill from there.
Yes,
but that opening is iconic.
If very much so.
It's Hype Williams at his best.
And you can tell this movie is a music video with dialogue.
That's really why it suffers.
Right.
I think a little bit.
Right.
Because the way it's shot awesome. Hype Williams is a master with the camera, right? It's a master, a master in scale, a master in color, master in visuals. But there's a continuity across the movie that falls apart because the movie is made by somebody that's used to making
music videos.
And he's used to working in 4 minutes at a time.
Right.
So if you look at any part of this movie for 4 minutes, it's dope. But when you put all of the 4 minutes together, then you run into some trouble.
Tell me, give me before we get to that. No. Tell me what you mean by that. Give me an example.
What I mean by that is that the movie doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Right? The pieces don't make sense, right? But each individual piece is dope, right? Like, so when DMX comes home with Keisha, visually that shit is awesome. It looks great. The way Keisha is shot with the oil and the skin and the way like her black skin kind of like glows blue, dope. When they're in Jamaica, dope, right? Like, even when they're in Nebraska, dope. Like each individual scene looks great. But when you align them all up storyboard, it just goes like, this is kind of like a mess of a movie.
I don't know if I agree.
Okay.
Because I feel like if we're going strictly off of this hood shit, so DMX, Sincere, Tommy, Buns, and Mark and Black robbed this place.
Yeah.
And they get some bread, right? And they divvy it up. Now,
first of all, they were shooting everywhere though.
They were shooting everywhere. They shot a chick through the window, and she fell out. Why she didn't even have a gun? Why you kill her? At this point, you're just killing innocent people.
The pistols was pointed in the sky when they bump into the staff's room. They was shooting everywhere. But nitpick,
right? And so they walked in there with their faces out. The shiniest suits you can wear.
With no mask.
Then they're going to put a mask on, a white one.
Yeah.
No, you already walked through the whole club, my nigga.
Through the whole club.
That didn't make sense. You already walked through the whole club. And everyone saw you shaking hands with niggas.
Yeah. And
you come out the bathroom.
Yeah.
A chick literally saw you walk past her with your face out and come out with, unless they just hood, the whole place is living by the same code. We're not snitching.
Right.
Like, one person would have been found out.
It was obvious who knocked off the spot.
So yes, they get some bread. So then there's a scene where DMX's character Tommy Buns is in the shower. He listening to the news and he basically hears about a big crime wave, a dope wave that's coming towards America.
Yeah, it's a new form of heroin.
Yes,
it's potent as hell,
and he wants a piece of that.
I need that.
So he goes to the guy who knows he can supply that.
His man
Lennox.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The roughest, toughest Rastafari.
Yeah, don't bring scare tactics.
Don't bring scared business to me. I kill for nothing.
I kill for nothing.
I'm the roughest, toughest Rastafari in the United States of America.
He was great.
Amazing.
He's the best.
And he went out like a savage.
Yes.
I feel like he should.
You want to rumble with me?
You want to romp with me?
Want to romp with me?
Want to romp with me? Ross Clot.
Yeah.
But all right, so he goes and he basically, hey, bro, hook me up. I need this opportunity. He said, cool.
Too hot, Tommy.
Yeah, you too hot. Nah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, he talks him into it. Check this out. If I do this, you owe me big Ross Class favor.
You owe me one, nigga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He said, whatever you need, man. Whatever you need. Yeah. So he fronts him the bread. He fronts him the heroin. Big work. A gang of work.
That they go to Nebraska with.
Go to Nebraska. Leave the setup shop in a small town somewhere and go to Nebraska.
Yep.
And they do well initially. They come back and bring Lennox his bread. Every business is good. Business is good.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then the issue comes when Rico, time returns, he snitches. That's the real thing.
Yep. Operation
out of town
falls
niggas,
apart.
New York niggas come in.
Yeah.
Mark gets killed, and all at the same time, Tommy has to go to Jamaica for a vacation, but he's really going out there to hit,
right?
To make good on his favor. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's the real thing too.
Yeah.
You're
piecing it together.
And Mark is over there, and he's taking care of Nebraska. And Sincere is at home to being a family man. You know what I'm saying? He started off over there,
helped set up shop,
and then he came home. Tommy's handling business for Ox.
Yep.
With Ox. Now Marcus here. Only reason why that went sour is because the Nebraska niggas, the Omaha niggas snitched.
And Mark gets killed.
And
Knowledge gets arrested. And Knowledge calls the crib. Talks to Keisha, and that's how Keisha get locked up.
Right.
At the same time that DMX is coming home from Jamaica.
And that's 75% of the movie, right?
Yeah.
I don't see where it doesn't make sense at.
I mean, you tell it a lot better than I watched it.
Okay.
Right? Like, the narrative makes sense. It's just
that's just a hood tale. You know what I'm saying?
The filmmaking is so kinetic sometimes. Like there's so much kind of like going on.
It's distracting, because of the way he shot it. He shot it like a music video.
Yeah,
a lot of steady shot, a lot of like dolly shots and unnecessary movement.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like,
it can throw you off.
It throws me off a little bit. That with in all due respect to everyone in my opinion, poorly acted.
Nas, bro.
Like
Nas
T-Boz,
is one of the oh my god. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Nas is one of the best MCs of all time. Right. Yes, and that's his claim to fame, and he deserves that.
Yep.
Every bit of flower he gets from that.
Yep.
Now, this was just Nas is down. We're gonna put him on as a writer, probably a producer as well.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make him the main character. It was probably something they were probably shooting a music video, him and Hype.
And they came up with the idea.
Yeah. And we'll get X to play my best friend, the loose cannon, who I think did a great job.
Yeah.
I know it's poorly acted for the most part, but I love DMX. I wouldn't switch him up.
I mean, he's such a unique thing.
Yeah.
That like,
is it bad acting or is it good acting? It's just him.
And the thing is that was the same argument I was having about Nas's version of Sincere. I was like, either Sincere is a real person being portrayed by Nas, because every decision
I do know some stoic non-personality having ass niggas from New York. I do
slow
know that.
talking kind of.
What's going on, kid?
Yeah.
Word is bond.
So it's like either Nas is doing a really bad job at this, or this is exactly who this character is.
If he was like, bro, it's one of my partners from around the way, about 5 years older than me,
this is
got
how
locked
we talk.
up. He spent most of his life in jail after 25. This is exactly how he acts.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, okay. But then it was like, let's go to Africa.
Yeah.
Yo, I told you I'm not fucking with you no more on that, Buns.
Yeah.
Like,
how much
no personality.
Make off that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, so either Nas was just crazy high while they were shooting, but like T-Boz, like Africa's far, right? Like, like it was just like,
T-Boz.
It was a lot of like, it was clunky. There was some.
Her best scene was when she was talking about, I ain't gonna lie, Buns ain't shit.
Yeah.
That was a cool,
yeah.
Cause I felt like she tapped into like a real part of her life, talking about the homeboy or her homegirl's nigga that's like, oh, that nigga ain't shit.
Yeah.
I believe her there, but when she was trying to emote as in like being angry, I was like,
there was a lack of chemistry. Yeah. I think amongst a lot of the characters, right? Like even like Buns and Sincere that spent a lot of time together, like their relationship didn't really make sense. You know what I mean? Like, there was no like you hear Sincere tell it via the voiceover, but they don't look like they get along. You know what I mean? Like, they don't look like, Sincere don't even look like he'd be fucking friends with Buns.
Right.
Like, and so when Keisha and Tion is talking, like there's no chemistry there. Like they don't really seem friends. They seem like two people that are
they even said it. I know we don't hang out much.
Yeah.
So she said that. We're not we're the girlfriends of two best friends. We're the girlfriends
of two best friends, right?
Yeah. And the best friends don't even seem like best friends.
But it's just like, But aside from that, right? Like aside from that, and a story that's sprawling, like we so many different places.
But I followed it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't know if I followed it all that well as a young dude watching it, but as I watched it recently. I'm like, knowledge.
The Jamaica shit is a mess for me. Right? Like, really? Like, because I don't know what the fuck Ox is saying the whole time.
Yeah. I
just
what he's
get
saying.
That we got to kill the nigga with the feathers. Right. Right.
But a part of that is, I'm going to say this. Like in New York, my family out there, they're not Jamaican, but their neighbors are Jamaican, and I can't understand shit, but they can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
He don't speak patois. He don't speak that shit, but he knows it.
He knows what he's saying.
Well, he does speak it now because it's all it's Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Panamanians, Dominicans, and Jamaicans all over New York.
Right.
So you damn near understand the culture and the language by default because you grew up with it. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So yeah, and it's still English. It's just so broken, so broken that we can't understand it because we're not used to hearing it. But they hear it all the time.
I get it.
Their teachers be Jamaican. You know what I'm saying?
But
it was a lot. It was more like okay.
I know baby girl that was dancing her ass off in Jamaica.
Man, little slim ting
with the rainbow sherbet.
Man,
tights.
the gyration.
Yeah, she was getting it.
Yes.
So maybe I was so focused on her that I
Here comes
missed the dialogue.
boom. Here comes the boom.
She was getting it.
Yeah,
she was getting it. I have a hot take.
Okay.
There are some characters that I think are bad people. We've talked about this, right? I don't like, I think Play from Kid and Play is a bad person. I'm not fucking with Dudley from The Preacher's Wife, Harper from The Best Man. But I think the number one most piece of shit person in black movie history is not Mr. from The Color Purple. It's this nigga Buns, man. Buns I think he's the worst person. Yes. He is selfish. He's a snitch. He's a pedophile, right? Like, he's disloyal. I
didn't pay attention to it until I got old enough. I said, oh, nah.
He's like, horrible.
Nah, I didn't smash.
Yeah.
I had to let her give me head. Yeah. Bro, she's a kid.
She's a kid.
When you got Keisha at the crib.
He's a bad person. He snitches. Out of all the names, when he's locked up in Atlanta.
Sincere.
Why? Why shit on Sincere? Why give up that name? You could have came up with any
Black.
You're melancholy. You know what I mean? Like you could have came up with any nickname. Snitches on Sincere for no reason at all. Has no respect for Sincere's home life. Call Sincere up. Fuck all that. I'm out front. I'm about to start honking the horn. Right?
I'm about to start honking the horn the fuck up.
Yeah, like just don't give a shit. Left his man Knowledge. The whole beef with Knowledge and why he even brought Ike Love into the mix is that Buns was supposed to get him out. Buns was supposed to pay the bail money. Mm-hmm. Now, whether or not, Buns had that money because of whatever, he not even communicating with Knowledge who's supposed to be his
we don't
man.
even see him trying to get it.
We don't see him trying
There's not even a scene where it's like, yo, Sincere, man, I don't got the bread to get the nigga out.
But I'm working on him down here in Atlanta. Working on getting you the money.
And they're talking about, hold on, the place did get raided. He said all the money. He did say there was a scene where he was telling them when they walked to Linden, he said all the money out there is seized by the task force.
So tell Knowledge that.
Yo, son, check this out, man. But Knowledge did come at him crazy though. Sometimes it's not what you say is how you say it.
Yeah, but he leaves him in there.
Right.
He leaves him in there.
That's a no-go. That's a violation.
He instigates the murder between the two kids.
And wives.
Yeah. So like he's a bad person.
And
he gonna assassinate the minister.
Right.
Right? Right? To get out of jail.
Right. And
number one bad guy.
Speaking of when you said that I didn't believe Sincere and Buns are really friends, is when their last conversation together. It was just two. This is the itch for y'all.
Right.
I'm about to move to Africa. They didn't even hug.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, man. Y'all grew up together since y'all was like 10, less than that, 8, 5.
Yeah.
And that's just the relationship y'all have to where it's about to be done. You ain't seen him in a long time. Y'all get up.
Yep.
And he's about to go to Africa, and you don't even get up and say, all right, bro.
That part doesn't make any sense.
I didn't believe their friendship.
I didn't believe their friendship at all.
For the sake of the movie, the hood shit was enough for me to believe Nas, but in all reality, Nas, I didn't believe him as a gangster.
Hot take number 2. Sincere is weak.
Yeah.
He's weak. He's weak as fuck, man. The whole movie, Buns is manipulating him to do what he wants him to do. Sincere don't even want to sell drugs. Oh, so you selling drugs now?
Right.
Right? Like, you know, I told you I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they both rolling hard in Nebraska.
Right.
Right? Like, you know, take my car. You know what I mean? Like, basically, Buns and Sincere are not equals. Sincere is a subordinate to Buns.
And this is like this movie is like it's the narrative of the little homie.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This is what I see rolling up in this crew. You know what I'm saying? He never, I don't even think he ever punched somebody.
Never did anything.
He stopped dude from killing somebody and he got shot in the leg in the process. And then he bust his gun and he did shoot dude. He killed him.
Yeah.
At the end, I killed that nigga. When you come home with a bullet in your leg,
T, I'm shot.
I'm shot. You shot me.
But we still going to Africa.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, bro.
Yeah.
But because it's Nas, it's shot, and it was shot interesting. Like there were some shots where they were having the whole conversation in the wide, a dark ass wide. It was a silhouette.
Yeah.
We understood clearly what was going on, but a lot of times some of those scenes needed to be close ups so we can see the facial expressions of the actors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It still worked for me, but I'm nitpicking. It's super dark. Remember when he came home, shot, and T-Boz was playing with the baby in the dark, basically?
Yeah.
It's music video lighting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you could tell, like, even with my, I'm shooting a project right now, and my boy is a dope-ass DP, but he's so used to music videos, you could tell by the way he wants to shoot the narrative project that we're doing.
Right.
It still looks good, but I could tell like he has like
style.
Colors. It's like, why is the wall purple? This is a regular person. This person is not.
This is in a regular house.
We don't need. And then his response was, "Oh no, but you know, people still do accent walls, and they be putting lights up against walls in real life. True, I do that too. In my office right now, I got like little colorful green lights sticking out in the corners. But that's not everyday life, for people. So
Hype's heavy hand as a director is clear, and like I said, when it works, it works. Like the assault on Lennox's compound. That all of that works. The darkness, the red infrared lasers, right? Like the only thing that you see is the muzzle going off, right? Like that shit worked.
And you can tell when you see certain scenes, okay, this is literally Scarface.
Yes.
All right. When you see the scene with I'm cool with that too. It worked out. When you see what's the other one that was very influenced by real quick. Shamik, Method Man's character.
Yes.
Shot up the club at the Gills in Nebraska.
Yeah.
He got shotgunned in the gut.
Shotgun
through the door.
To the chest. He got shotgunned to the chest.
And lived.
And unless they had birdshot.
True, but even then it hit him center.
I mean, it hit him hard enough to propel him through the doorway into the ground.
Right.
That he was able to get up and run away.
Shoot at the cops.
Fall. Yeah.
Get up, and he couldn't go to a hospital in Omaha.
Highly unbelievable.
And so where'd he go? Where'd he go to get all these damn pellets out?
Yeah.
And then he's pulling up to the prison to talk to Knowledge.
And he's supposed to be solo. So
from state to state.
Yes, he rode solo from state.
But he probably was lying on that though.
I get it.
He probably was
lying. So he had his guy there. But then again, I got to thinking like what was your objective? What did he go to Nebraska for? Did he go to Nebraska to kill
Rico?
To kill Rico? Because if that was the case, I don't understand what he was doing. He goes out and makes a big scene.
Gets real drunk.
And he was tossing them back.
That's mine?
Before he got drugged. Before he got drugged. He was tossing them back. Like what was Ike trying to accomplish?
Right.
Was he trying to get Rico to admit that he snitched?
Right.
Was he trying to get close to him so that he could ultimately murder him? I just don't know what Ike is doing in Nebraska.
Yeah. That scene didn't really make sense.
Right.
Are you trying to hang out? Are you trying to because the whole time Rico is not trusting you. You know what I'm saying? And what's that he put in your drink?
Yeah.
That make you turn. He was like, man, what you need? He was like, I'm talking to you about some business knowledge. He told the truth.
Yeah.
With the truth serum or some shit.
And the thing is that kind of goes back to, it's a bit of a nitpick, but Ike is supposed to be smarter than Rico. Like Rico outsmarts these New York hustlers, right? Like outsmarts the Buns crew, outsmarts Ike Love's crew, and I'm supposed to believe that. I'm supposed to believe that Ike didn't see this coming.
Another thing we're supposed to believe that Method Man, all of 6'4", 200-something pounds, is coming into Keisha's house.
Yeah,
fires on her, knocks her through the glass coffee table.
Right.
And she's conscious still.
That's what I'm saying.
She's supposed to be knocked out.
Yeah.
He hit her hard as fuck. Wow.
Right.
Nah, she hit her so hard, her legs went stiff, and her legs went stiff, and she landed on the glass table and shattered it.
Yeah.
And then he stands over her and hits her like 2-3 pieces. Bing.
Yeah.
Bop. Bop. She's still conscious.
Yeah.
And then she happens to reach. She kicks him in the balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this for the record, I hate when I see this. I've been kicked in the balls before, bro. It hurts.
You don't just recover.
It hurts. Huh?
You don't like get up. Like,
but you talking about from the ball kick?
When you get kicked in the balls.
Yeah, but you know how when you get kicked in the balls in the movies, you see them, and you go, ooh.
Yeah.
Or you fall over to the side.
Yeah.
I've never done that. I've never seen somebody get kicked in the balls and it stifles them to the point where they're rendered helpless and they can't move at all. Like, if me and you are fighting and you kick me in the balls, I'm in pain, but I'm still able to choke you out or slam you, or you know what I'm saying?
It depends.
It
depends. I've got little girls at home that like flail their arms. I've been hit like in the balls by like a 10-year-old on accident,
right?
And the shit crumbled me.
And let me tell you why. And I've been there before too, in a sense.
Yeah.
And like even holding your niece and your nephew, they stomp him. Oh shit! You put him down. You're like, because you have the reason, you have the space to sit there and take the pain and roll over on the floor.
Yeah.
But you're in a fist fight.
Right. The adrenaline is supposed to be.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
I play football, bro.
Yeah,
I've been chop blocked and helmet to the dick. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Pause like a motherfucker. And you get and I've never seen a player sit there. Nothing. Sometimes I see somebody get stepped on and be sitting there. But at that point, they're not looking for the play no more. The play is over, and they're sitting there holding their crotch like, I'm in pain.
Right.
He might have got a testicle stepped on. God forbid. But I'm saying I've been hit in the balls before. And the play and the runner is right there. I gotta close this gap. I'm trying to close.
You still run.
And it still hurts. And even after you make the play, you go back to like, shit. And you can still be on the ground. So to see Taral Hicks fight off Shameik. Method Man, of course, he hit him with an ashtray.
Right.
I can see any woman hitting the man with an ashtray 2 or 3 times can knock him out unconscious. But the dick kick was what got him on the floor in the first place. I don't believe that.
This is the same Ike Love that could take a buckshot to the chest.
Yes.
Right. Like it's the same guy that could take a buckshot to the chest and get up and run and not need medical attention.
Right.
And be back on work. Like he's literally back on the
back
clock.
On the net. If you don't get somebody else.
Right. He's back on the clock.
Knowledge. You my man's. But I was.
Give me a break, man. Like, you know. I got a workers' comp claim open.
Bruh, let me sit down for a minute.
Come on, man.
So all this happened in February of 99 to December, the New Year's of 99, 2000. Right? So that's about 10 months.
Yeah.
9, 10 months. So Tommy gets flipped within like a month.
Yes.
He goes to being a shitty individual, Tommy Buns, to like he gets approached by the CIA or the FBI or
some government agency.
We want you to assassinate the minister, which is Malcolm X, basically. And that's another one. That was influenced by Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Have some COINTELPRO or have somebody come in from the FBI or infiltrate the minister's camp,
right? And
get so close to him that you can assassinate him.
This part of the movie,
that's where it got weird.
Doesn't make sense, right? Like, you know, and so for me, I think that's probably what was trying to allude to earlier in the episode is that then we get here, and then I think about all the places we've been and why, right? And so when we get to this part of the movie, I'm like, this part of the movie makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense, like narratively. It doesn't make sense, like for Buns' character,
right? It's inconsistent. It would take him a year and a half, 2 years for him to, because for example, Malcolm X, was in jail, criminal, but he got conditioned to become Malcolm X, Malcolm Little to Malcolm X. Buns he needs years of reprogramming.
Oh my God, he
needs to be sitting in prison for some time to come out a different man.
I knew when they put the reading glasses on him. I was like,
all of a sudden he can't see. Whoa!
Right.
All of a sudden,
right?
He can't see.
Right. All of a sudden, he's like, he literally Brother Malcolm. They put the reading glasses on him. You know, he's speaking intelligently. And you're right, man. He was at the mosque like maybe 4 times.
Yeah. So now he's with the program. He's with the Brotherhood. Also, another nitpick. Mark, he went out like a soldier, but he didn't have to.
Yeah,
he hopped out the back window and jumped out the window, second floor, and started shooting at the cops before they were shooting at him.
Yeah.
They weren't even shooting at you. Just try to get away to the car.
Yeah, I love the way he went out though.
Yeah. That's realistic too.
That was great. That was great.
You know what I'm saying?
It's Weebay.
That's Weebay, savage.
But he didn't. But again, and I guess maybe, and thinking about it, so they weren't drug dealers.
No, they were jackers.
They were jackers. So maybe that explains why the operation in Nebraska was so amateurish.
But I think honestly, amateurs. They didn't. I don't know if they expected the Nebraska niggas to snitch. They probably, if anything, they expected the Nebraska niggas to try to do something about it.
Right. But it would make sense. Like, I've never been a drug dealer.
Right.
But it would make sense that you can't just set up in somebody else's backyard
without talking to somebody,
without finding a way to bring them in,
or be willing to bully your way through,
either bully your way through with muscle, or offer them the ability to sell the package.
Yeah,
right. Here
do work with them.
You can work with them, right? So to just ignore them.
Yo, I know I'm an outsider, man, but check this out. I got a business opportunity for y'all.
Right,
we from New York, man, and I don't know if y'all selling this out here, but y'all can. Through us.
I give you access, such and such. Like, that makes a little bit more sense. You would think that they'd be a little bit more discreet. Right. Now, again, we got Buns behind the wheel, but they're rolling hard in the Lexus, running red lights. I mean, that's what gets Rico's attention to begin with. Them niggas slanging real good. Them niggas slanging hard. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all, because they didn't, so... And it's because, maybe they've never sold drugs before, but they set it up like what the fuck? Like, Tommy's crib, Buns' crib was ridiculous.
Crazy.
So, either they're master jackers,
right,
to get all that bread. Like, how does he have so much money?
They don't explain it. Usually guys that have that kind of bread are selling weight, for sure.
Right.
They slanging.
So for him to be...
And not corner boy shit either. They really...
It like the way he was slapping the Vaseline on, you know what I mean? It feels very amateurish. And the thing that Sincere says is, oh, so you want to sell drugs now? So they put out that he's never sold drugs before,
right?
Never sold drugs before.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why things went to shit.
And just why does he have this immaculate ass house but you don't?
That's what I'm saying.
If y'all a team,
yeah. If y'all, because again, they set it up because we hear Sincere, it makes, and then because they always, or shown rolling together, it makes you think that they're partners, but they not. They all workers, right? They all part of Buns.
Even when Mark's saying that sign, making that statement, hey man, let's start counting this money, man, before y'all start asking shit.
Yeah.
That kind of alludes that he don't trust these niggas. Yeah. And then when Buns is like, now say sorry because you hurt my feelings, that alludes to him like, nah, what you mean? I'm a real nigga. I'm an upfront person.
It's supposed to be broken up fair.
Yeah, in 3 ways. And this nigga get his cut because he drove.
Yeah.
And the dude Black shouldn't have got the same cut as Sincere.
Right.
He didn't kill nobody. He didn't go in there busting his gun. You were getaway, bro. So if we making 50,000 each, you gonna get 11,000, bro.
Yeah.
Getaway driver.
Yeah.
15,000.
Yeah. I mean, why did Buns strip Black naked? You know what I mean? And just bust his...
I mean, I seen that. I ain't never seen nobody just right in front of me to shoot somebody's feet and strip them naked. Nigga. I seen the dude get beat up and knocked out and then stripped.
Yeah.
While he knocked out.
Right.
To embarrass him, to humiliate him.
To make the niggas to you just let him continue to chill.
To humiliate him?
Yeah, to humiliate him.
I never understood how dudes would be so hood, so street, so gangster that they'll do somebody dirty like that and then let them go and let them be out there in the world.
Like it's just all good.
Because even if he don't have the heart to come back and do something to you, which you probably don't think he does, like he a buster, he not coming back.
Then why was he in the crew? Like why would you entrust?
You should have a way. It was other dudes in that basement that could have went with you,
right? Like why would if he's such a buster that you'll do him like that? Why was he even the drive man?
Knowledge vouched for him, and then Knowledge snitched on him. It was like, man, it was a little. I mean, I heard about Black talking about he wanted to stick Sincere. That's your man's Knowledge. That's the only reason why he in the heist with us is because you put him there.
Right. And then they set Knowledge up, like who runs the operation? Right? Like, is DMX the head of the pyramid, or is it Knowledge?
I think DMX. I think Knowledge like, hey, yo, Buns, I got a job for you. Cool. I got a team. Me and my boy Sincere, my boy Mark.
I got it.
Oh yeah, man. You
then why would it's almost kind of like if Knowledge has the job and offers the job, then why would Knowledge be upset at DMX for not getting them out? They're not partners. Or do you think they partnered on the Nebraska shit? Because DMX gets the H from Lennox.
Right.
And decides to partner with Knowledge and Mark and the rest of the crew. So maybe that was like, we're supposed to be partners.
And true. And the thing is, I followed the story all the way through. Even the minister stuff I understood. We got a guy.
What they were trying
basically, we got a guy in jail, just like the Black Messiah. Lakeith Stanfield's character, he gets arrested, and they say, man, you're gonna go to jail for a long time unless you do this.
Right.
So I get that.
Same deal.
It's silly, and not silly. It's a little weak for me at the end because it doesn't really make. I feel like DMX will go. He'll kill himself, or he'll go out. Like remember, he was like, I ain't going back to jail. You go back to jail.
Right. And,
you wouldn't become an informant, nigga. Like,
and the speech was long, right? Like
the minister.
The minister. Like we spent a long time on the minister's speech, and I get that the minister is talking to us.
That's Nas,
right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get that the minister is talking to us, but then the movie ends, and it's just like, okay, what was all of this about? Like, what happened? Right? Like, like what happens to Buns? Like, just because you wrapped your arms around them cases are still pending. Right? Like
the white boy that pulled you out, that recruited you, was like,
don't grow a brain on this.
The minister is gonna is gonna protect you from the murders,
right?
And the other crimes you've done. No, this is non-climactic, and then they don't even. We never see them in Africa.
They never get.
He just talks about it.
Yeah,
it's beautiful out here. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go to Africa. Africa's far.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Who Tommy? Yeah.
Tommy. But I understood that. I understand the chick that feels like she has nobody, so she's dealing with a dude that she hopes to change. I mean, that's the real thing too. So
she was bad though.
Oh yeah, Keisha, come on.
Oh my God, she was.
But you know how many bad chicks be dealing with trash niggas?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You can have your pick of a dude. You can get a dude that's a career man or a entrepreneur, but you want this clown?
I mean, they basically kind of show that she's like digmatized by DMX.
Yeah.
And she's living lavish.
That happens.
Those two things are all she really needs. Like, like after DMX smashes, she got forgiveness and love in her eyes.
Right, all in her face.
right.
Never
All
mind.
like all in her face.
Old girl just gave you some dome last night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind. I don't know no Kiana. Like
yeah.
So she's stupid.
She's stupid.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart. Right.
Tiana's not too smart either though.
No.
She just got a little bit more smart than Keisha.
Right.
A little more smarts because she's dealing with Sincere that's just following the homie. And he's so lax about everything.
But he's a follower. Right.
Yeah.
So as soon as Buns call, he up and at it. Like Sincere's, even though Sincere is got knowledge of self, he not very smart neither. Right?
Knowledge of self.
He got knowledge of self.
Right.
He's sitting there,
reading the self-improvement books.
Reading the self-improvement shit.
And trying to talk to Tommy about it. Tommy, man, I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
And he stops talking about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But,
like all in all, I know why this movie is as beloved as it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's to me, this movie is aged like cheese. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, aged cheese is either delicious or aged cheese will make you sick.
Yeah.
Right? Visually, it's still as dope as it ever was.
It is super hood.
It's
I appreciate it for that.
Super hood.
The shootouts. They showed us Jamaica. I believe that was Jamaica.
Yes.
They showed us Nebraska. Yep. And the crazy thing about it is the niggas, how they dress their hair, that's Nebraska, bro. Omaha.
Yeah.
It's super hood over there.
Nebraska's dope. I love the Nebraska scenes. This movie really reflects where hip hop was at the time. Like that, I think that's why it hits, because it aligns with where we were musically.
Right.
With the shit that, like, at that time, it was all, drug dealing, but fly.
Averex jackets,
all that type of stuff is a byproduct of that, right?
Yeah.
You take the guy that is known for the best visuals of the era, and you give him a camera and you let him work.
And some of the shots, I was like, why is the whole conversation in the wide? And why is it silhouetted out? It's blacked out. You can't even see the faces. And I was like, but you know what? It still works.
What were some of your favorite shots?
The scene where Nas or Sincere and T were talking about him. He was saying, "Give me 2 months," and I'm not 2 months. That was Buns and Keisha. But he was getting head, but he's basically saying, like, I'm about to go out of town for a little bit, and I'll come back and we're gonna make some changes. It was a wide shot. I didn't like it at first because I was like, why is it wide? Why is he not pushing in? But I'm like, oh, that must be an artistic choice for him.
Yeah.
And it worked for me too.
Right.
Still.
Right.
The conversation, I didn't need to see their faces. And honestly, I don't think that we saw a lot of Nas's close-ups because he can't really emote that well.
Exactly.
So I think he purposely said, okay, we're gonna put him in the shadows.
Yeah, we gotta pull back. Yeah. I like the scene where Nas was talking to Shorty. On the projects.
Yeah.
Like, I like the way that was shot. Like, the morning fog, gray,
blue as hell, blue gray,
like, shit. Like, I like the way that was shot. Like, that was like to me, it transformed the project into something else. And it's the only kind of like shot like that. I mean, because it's interesting. Like, all of Nebraska seems out of focus for me. Right? Like, like everything in Nebraska isn't crisp.
Dull a little bit.
Dull. You know what I mean?
Maybe that was on purpose.
Was on purpose.
Nebraska, you know
right?
What I'm saying?
The opening scenes are so crisp, you know what I mean? Like visually. When he's at the Minister, there's almost like a Sephora tint on it, right? Like, so each scene has like these distinct like color palette associated with it. Like almost like and you know this better than me, but I almost kind of feel like he switched lenses at each place.
Right.
Like, Jamaica looks different visually than
it looks gritty. It
looks grittier.
Dark.
Looks darker. Buns' house, you know what I mean, and Keisha are all vibrant, right? Like, and there's contrast.
It looks like a big ass
color.
music video.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
everything.
So
Even
to that
angles.
point, I appreciate what's happening artistically. Story, hood, little wonky, acting, little wonky.
Yeah.
But I still love this movie.
I think I think they spent a lot of money on Nas, DMX, and Method to the point where they couldn't have Nia Long play T-Boz character.
Yeah.
And Keisha looked great. and she did a decent job. But like, we didn't need Taral Hicks to play that.
Right.
I mean, she's in another classic, and she's in the Bronx Tale. She did good there. But like Nas, this movie, I'll talk about this in my fist when we talk about the fist. But
okay,
not
that's
yet.
great. That's great.
But I'm saving that. But like, I love the movie because I love DMX acting. Even though it's not the best, but he's just him.
Spark plug.
And I'm impressed that he can do it though. Even the scene where he came in humble with Ox, I love that scene. I've always loved it because he's Tommy Buns. Yeah. But when he came to Lennox's house, he was like, Jamaica's good. Jamaica's very good. Like he's trying to smooth, rub shoulders, suck up a little bit. Yeah. And that's not a character, and that shows a slight layer of his personality in the movie.
He's begging, basically. You know, he comes to Lennox's house.
Come on, man,
and begs. Right. Lennox is probably the best actor in the movie.
Yeah, super smooth.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, but I think about it.
I think about it.
Yeah, right.
You owe me big Ross said Pussy Clots forever.
Remember I tell you owe me one, nigga?
Well, he's a vacation. It's what you owe me. It's what you owe me.
Before we get into awards, I have a question for you. Do you think Belly would have been a better Nas song than a movie?
Oh, for sure.
Because
monumental.
Like I think like if Nas wrote the plot to Belly in a 3-verse song, I think it'd be dope. I think
that would be legendary.
That would be fantastic.
And I think I gotta save it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna save it for the end.
Okay.
Well, yes, to answer your question, I think it would be. I think him rapping to it was so much better. It was so much better than him acting to it. He looks the part. He looks like a movie, like an actor.
Who?
Nas. As far as and I can see Nas and DMX really being best friends. If it was directed, I feel like the movie wasn't as direction focused as most films. Yeah, because he's a video director, not an acting
director.
You know what I'm saying?
So he can't.
So you can't get that much out of T-Boz because she's not an actress. And these are first time actors a lot of the time.
Okay. So suddenly, it's such a great point because now I have grace. Now I have more grace for hype than what I've been given.
Please give him grace. Yeah,
that was difficult. It must have been really difficult. To direct DMX. It must have been really difficult to direct Nas. Like, these guys are bigger than you. And what I do know for a fact is everybody was high as fuck during that movie. I started thinking about, like, counting the blunts. I was going to rewatch it
38.
And count the number of blunts, right? So everybody's high.
And they're probably really smoking.
They really smoking.
Real weird.
No, like, it ain't no like faux prop master blunts. Like, they're smoking. Everybody, like, controlling that set. Because Nas is not showing up to the set alone.
Nah.
Nas's trailer is filled with everybody from Nas's camp.
Super smoky.
DMX's trailer is filled with everybody from DMX's camp.
Meth.
Meth. Everybody, from Meth's camp. So, damn, controlling that set and trying to get the most out of these actors is actually a really tall ask.
Facts.
And he deserves some grace.
Who are not really actors who don't even know protocol.
Right. And who are taking it serious, but serious
You can
enough.
tell. I feel like, yeah. And here's the thing. When it comes to like T-Boz, they probably was like, we're going to make a feature film out of artists. Everybody. Because Tyron Turner could have easily been...
I saw like a Vlad TV thing from Tyron Turner. Have you seen this? Where he was basically saying he was supposed to be offered the role of Buns. And then he was excited for the role of Buns.
They took it from him.
But they took it for him and gave him the DMX and they gave him the Rico part. And he was mad at that. So he basically was just trying to sabotage, and he was clowning on the role. So everything that he was doing was him trying to sabotage.
I put on a wig and some glasses.
Put on the wig.
Ate a banana. I wasn't supposed to do that.
And it actually ended up working. And I think that's a great little
that kind of shows that Hype Williams probably was in a position to where he had to let them do what they wanted to do.
Yeah. Like hype was probably like, I just have to complete the movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like in order to
I thought that was genius. The glasses, the perm.
Oh, it was fantastic. Like Rico is one of those standalone characters, right? Like I don't know, like I used to use it a lot, but whenever like I was kind of see one of the homies doing well, like I'd be like, I don't like that shit. I don't like and I would say it was a joke.
I'm about to drop a dime on them.
Yeah, about to drop a dime on them niggas, right? Like they rolling hard.
It's a good amount of one-liners. That's why it's I get why people say it's a classic.
Yeah, is that nigga's just the illest thing in Nebraska?
Is this the illest nigga, man? I got a homeboy. We got a homeboy, man. Ike.
Yeah,
I've been calling him Ike Love since I met him.
Right,
you know what I'm saying Ike Love. I bought a gift in the whole nine.
You know bought a gift in the whole nine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into some awards. Who's the MVP? Who's the MVP of Belly?
If there is one.
Is there one?
MVP. I mean, what makes the movie go is DMX. So Buns makes the movie go.
Yeah.
There's no winner or loser in this situation. I mean, there is a loser, but like the movie is narrated by Nas, but I would easily be able to replace Nas.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to replace DMX, honestly.
Yeah.
DMX just played himself. He played what T.I. played in Atlanta. This be you.
Right.
T.I. would have probably played the big boy character in T.I. I mean, Atlanta. But he played this a southern dude from the South that's cool and laid back, and that's T.I.
Yeah.
I think DMX played a loose cannon hood jacker because DMX used to jack.
Right.
So he rapped. He was not a drug dealer. He was a guy that was jacked drug dealers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he just basically played himself. I think that he could play Omar from The Wire as well. So he basically was that. Yeah. I think that's in his wheelhouse. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's DMX also because without DMX, the movie is like clearance bin. Right? Like he's the most compelling character on screen by far.
Yes.
And it's his, even though he's the worst person in Black movie history, in my opinion, he makes the movie go.
Yes.
And I think it's because you can't identify another human being that you're like, oh, that guy's kind of like DMX. Right? Like he's his
no
own
matter how
thing.
No matter how bad Gyro tried.
No matter what it is, DMX is his own thing. Now, I know guys that like remind me of Nas. I don't even know people that remind me of Snoop. You know what I mean? Like, and even these are, but like, there's nothing like DMX.
The closest thing to that, and it's not is Tupac.
And Tupac,
they're different,
and they're very different.
They're very different. But as polarizing personalities,
yeah.
Like I haven't seen anybody like Tupac on screen.
Usually,
I haven't seen anybody like Tupac in music right now.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
I've seen guys talk about things. Outspoken. David Banner talks about certain things. The J. Cole has a stance, but like with the passion and like the assertion behind it. Yeah, Tupac.
I mean, like with DMX, like everything about him is different.
Yes, I agree.
Everything. Yeah. And what's odd and special about DMX, rest in peace, is normally some of these people are the byproduct of like the neighborhoods that they come from.
Yeah.
Right? And so the neighborhood kind of makes this person, and you've got one that stand out, but you can also see like, the same DNA that made Snoop, made all of these other kind of like people. There's not even anybody from Yonkers like DMX, right? There's nobody that sounds like him. There's nobody that talks like him.
Yeah.
It's just like he's this unique thing.
Yeah.
That like, and he shows up in the belly by the power of like that presence.
Right.
I think he ends up having a movie career, not because he's that great of an actor, because he's DMX.
Unique. Yeah, he's DMX.
He's unique.
Mm-hmm.
So, so put him in Romeo Must Die. Put him in anything.
Right.
It's what it is. So I think he's definitely the MVP.
Yeah, I agree.
LVP.
Black.
You think it's Black?
Black. Well, him coming back just to get killed didn't mean anything. Him coming back, like Black was supposed to be Benny Blanco from the Bronx.
Okay.
They came back at the end. Remember me? Benny Blanco from the Bronx.
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
Right.
Black came back. It was non-climactic. You just got murdered.
Yeah.
If you wanted to kill him, you should have walked up to him and just domed him. Pause. But you
and
try to hang out with him and get close to him and then reach out. He sees you reach out. No element of surprise. Come on, bro. Black was an idiot.
And it took Black like 8 months to plan that. Right? Like you know where Sincere lives. Right? Like, you know, like you didn't have any other opportunity to run into, but on the day that he's leaving for Africa is the day that you notch. I think that like Black is a great LVP. I'm torn between Black and AZ. I'm about to blow down.
That was a throw in.
I'm about to
that
blow
was a
down.
cameo.
It just,
but he's not part of the plot, so what? He's a cameo.
One of the things that I've always talked about with that is that like you see what's going on, you're not gonna tip your boy off to what's happening behind them, right? Like, you know, like AZ's holding the baby, looks over the shoulder, sees Black coming, and instead of warning Sincere, goes, yeah, I'm about to blow, done. Right? It just kind of like drifts aside. Like it makes sense that he would have been like,
hey, watch your back, man.
Hey, you know these niggas?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, or some foul shit kind of going down. Like you literally are having a conversation and you don't give this man no warning at all. You just kind of drift off and then he gets, you know, shot at. So I always used to be like, okay, is he just trying to protect his kid? But I always just felt like that's some foul shit, man. Like, you know,
wasn't say nothing?
Guy. You didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing to the man.
Right.
So that's why he gets my LVP because that
because
was
he's not
horrible.
part of the plot and
I get it.
It's a cameo. It's literally like you know. I don't know if you know who walked in the club at the Gill in Nebraska, who were plotting on shooting, killing Shamik.
Yeah.
You know who that was?
I didn't know who that was.
That was Crucial Conflict.
That was Crucial Conflict.
Yeah, that was Neva and Kilo.
That's okay. That was today years old,
and the song was playing. Their song was playing.
Oh, that's even better.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I love Hey in the Middle of the Barn. Love me some Crucial Conflict.
Yeah, hell yeah, me too.
But never connected that was the two. Boom.
And so that's what AZ was. Yeah. He was just a throw in. He's
Nas's boy.
I was happy to see him. I like seeing him. Oh, AZ.
Yeah.
I wish he had more of us. I want to see it. It was not great. It wasn't like an opportunity to see how great of an actor he was, but it was cool to see AZ in there, man. I'm a fan of AZ. You know what I'm saying?
I just, warn your boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you know these niggas?
Yeah.
That's all you had to do.
All you had to
Put him on alert.
That's all you had to do. Now, that being said, you're about to blow done is a great line.
Oh yeah, I'm about to blow, dog.
Yeah.
Pause. And that's before the pause movement. The pause movement.
Right.
Another person that's even way more worse than Black or AZ. What's it? Is it Knowledge's or Knowledge? It was Knowledge's girl, the cop.
Yeah,
she's supposed to have.
She's
supposed to have her ear to the streets.
That she's. Oh yeah, that's such a.
What's
great
the point of her being the cop?
That's such a great.
She had
point.
They got the door kicked in. Like she failed.
Yes.
Like, her dude got arrested. Out of all the niggas that got booked up and got thrown in prison, all these niggas got away. Knowledge got locked up with no bail.
That was the selling point. That was part of the selling point
in Nebraska
that Buns gave to Lennox. We all set up. My boy's girl is a cop. They supposed to get the heads up on everything.
Even if she don't have direct contact with the FBI, but somebody in the precinct has a homeboy, that's a brother or a cousin or a sister that's in the FBI that, you know what I'm saying, the TAD, not the FBI, it was ATF, right? It was ATF.
Ain't no way in little ass Nebraska and whatever little town was going on,
Omaha,
that she was not going to get any kind of inkling or any kind of
police
suspicion.
That's the ATF is the police.
Yeah.
It's a special task force.
And she don't know nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Baby, they coming. You got 5 minutes. Get up out of there.
That's some real LVP shit.
Yeah, for sure.
I had you done hit me with two. You done hit me with Crucial Conflict and the fact that, I didn't think of what a big time fail it was that they didn't,
She's supposed to have somebody, part of Rico's crew, that's like an informant. She's supposed to have all that.
She's supposed to have everything.
other than just ass.
Because that's the selling point. Like you said, like what good is she for? And they mentioned it numerous times. His girl is you know, and then Knowledge, why's your girl in Nebraska? Right, right. Like, you know, I thought Knowledge was a New York cat,
but I think he was setting up in Nebraska. And he got, I got to give me something out here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so if you go to Nebraska, you go to Oklahoma, you go to Texas, I'm gonna have a chick in every city. You know what I'm saying? So that probably wasn't even his main chick.
Okay, here's the most difficult part now: the fists. How many fists, 1 through 5, are we giving Belly?
Okay, so here's the thing. If you would have asked me yesterday, 2 days ago, I would have said a 5.
Yeah.
Because Belly is Belly. You got Boys in the Hood, Men's Society, you got Juice, you got New Jack City, you got Belly. Belly's in there.
Right.
The only difference is you got Nas as the main character and not Mekhi Phifer. Belly now is a 4 because Nas brought nothing to the character, in my opinion. But you can't have Belly, you can't have Mekhi Phifer in the front of Belly and Paid in Full.
Right.
But if not, if Sincere was Mekhi Phifer, with Mekhi Phifer and DMX, I believe that friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I believe that because the type of presence that Mekhi has on screen, it's a better movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a movie, in my opinion.
So, not a 5.
Not a 5. It's a strong 4.
You stop at 4.
And it's a strong 4 because I see what they're trying to do with the minister thing. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it that much. It should have been a year later.
Yeah.
It should have been a year later. DMX has converted and give me more montage of him really being broken down and being rebuilt to his mentality being this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, I'm in agreement. At first I wanted to give the movie a 3 because it hasn't aged well, in my opinion.
Okay.
Right? But then when I think about its cultural impact, then I want to give it a 5.
Yeah.
Right?
Me too.
Like I want to give it a 5 because it's Belly. But if I break it down to what the movie is, besides just the impact and how beloved it is, it starts off really strong with the visuals, but it's not best in class when compared to any of the other movies.
Right.
It's not as good as Boys in the Hood. It's not as good as Paid in Full.
No way.
Right? Which, you know, so all of these other movies in the genre do it better. And so to that end, it can't be a 5 despite its cultural impact because the acting isn't like Five Fists level. The cinematography is dope, but the storytelling is a little wonky.
Right. DMX saves it, in my opinion.
DMX saves it.
Brings it to a 4 for me.
But it's a 4.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, it's a 4 because what it is good at, it's really good at.
Black should have been Calvin from Paid in Full. Calvin came back with the work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Robin, Ace, and everything. Black never had to come back in the film after he got stripped naked in the basement. We never had to see him again.
Yeah.
Because him coming back meant nothing. Other than, I guess, to confirm the fact that Sincere needed to go to Africa. It ain't safe for you, but you killed the nigga.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know if we needed to see Ike Love in Nas's house.
Right.
You know, I don't even know if we needed to see Ike Love fighting Keisha.
It was over with.
We didn't even need to see Ike Love again. Right?
Even though he do all this work for the knowledge and he getting killed. And just for the record, another thing I'm not sure if you noticed.
Yeah.
Remember Tommy was so pissed off at Ike Love for knowledge calling his house and calling Keisha. This bitch, this dumbass nigga called the phone. Call Keisha on the phone. Don't call nobody. Don't call from prison to my house, nigga.
Right.
He did the same exact thing to Sincere.
Yeah, man. yeah. Right.
He called his best friend's house from prison in Atlanta.
Yeah.
What?
After he gave up his name.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. So they're all knuckleheads, right? Like another nitpick. Like Ox has maids I saw 2 maids in locks.
No security.
No security.
A big ass 8 to 10 niggas come.
Okay. Like, no security. And Lennox has to know that he's going to be the one that's accused of killing this bird. Parrot head.
Birdman.
Right. They go there to do that. That's literally the mission. And Lennox thinks it's just all good. He ain't got no extra security. And then let's also talk about baby girl. I forget what her name was. Chiquita.
She's popping the patella tendon.
She has to.
She had heels on, bro.
Right. She jumped from the 2nd story in the heels and basically landed in a squat.
Landing on him in a squat.
Yeah.
Slices his throat.
And where were they before? Like, it's not the most like inconspicuous disguise, right? Like, you know, like somebody might be like, listen, saw the police up the street. Yeah, it was a thick black woman dressed like Catwoman.
Right.
Might want to be on the lookout for her, right? Like, why is that her uniform, right? Like, you know, why is that her killing garb?
And why is she going? She's an assassin? She's just that great if it's an assassin?
Yeah, like
go get Chiquita.
Yeah.
We got to go kill La Ox.
That, like, you know, so the comparison to this movie before we end it is it's supposed to be like Scarface, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like Scarface is kind of over the top.
Right.
Belly's supposed to be over the top, right? Like, you know, like it's almost supposed to be like a MCU.
Yeah.
You know, like just a hood movie MCU.
And because of acting, because Nas can't act, so they had to have him narrate everything to explain to us what we just watched or what we're watching. Because that's why it's a 5. It's a 4 because it's not Juice. It's not Am I My Brother's Keeper scene. There's no scenes like that.
Yeah.
And the scene that was supposed to be strong was one of the scenes was when Tommy and Sincere saw each other for the last time.
Yeah,
that was supposed to be a stronger connection, a stronger moment. Yo, bro, I love you, bro. I know we had a lot of ups and downs, but something, you know what I'm saying. But I've changed, you've changed, and we got something. It's gonna be a stronger.
You need that,
but neither one of them have that capability of being kind of compassionate or kind of like bringing that emotion there. Also, like Am I My Brother's Keeper on the roof?
Yeah.
Anybody look at me wrong is dead to me, B. Mitch.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like put your skirt down, B scenes. There's none of that. Heart to the dialogue.
There's none of that.
It's just very monotone. It's sincere. So yo, let's go to what you mean? How you know he found out? It's just like it's just no personality in the dialogue.
What you want me to do with this car?
Yeah.
You know, all your shit.
What you want me to do with it?
Yeah. What this means is I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but it means that state property is going to have to be a 3. Like, whenever we do it,
let's do state property soon.
Yeah, it's not as good as Belly.
Oh, you getting ahead of yourself. So we're gonna find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Okay.
Yes. But get down. But you might be right.
You know what I mean?
You might be right, but we'll have to see.
Because now we've seen enough of these movies.
It's not Paid in Full. It's not Juice.
Now it's a lot easier.
It's not New Jack City.
Right.
New Jack City had heart. There was a lot of monologues. There was a lot of conversations with Nino Brown and Scotty on the roof, talking about the past. G Money and Nino on the roof. There's a lot of even at the precinct with the cops talking about what's going on in the movie. It was a lot of good scenes.
Yeah, because I'm trying to ask myself, like, when it comes to Belly, do I care about any of these characters?
No,
like, not really.
Nas don't have no soul.
Yeah,
he's just a
shell.
A shell.
Like, I think I care about Keisha. I think she's probably the only one
that has personality, that has a story.
I feel bad for her when she's in jail and, you know, the hair's looking a little fucked up, you know what I mean? But I don't really care about, like, T-Boz or, you know, Mark too. That's my nigga.
Mark, but he didn't have enough lines.
Mark didn't have enough lines to begin with.
Why the fuck wasn't Shamik hired by Knowledge to be in that 4-man team?
This is great. This is
like,
another great question.
Why have Black?
Yeah.
And then snitch on Black later on about...
Maybe because, like, let's talk about this. Shamika's an assassin.
A hired gun.
What's his, because he gets the call.
He's a weebay. He's a weebay.
He's like, yeah. But he's like, when he gets the call, it's almost kind of like he hadn't talked to Knowledge in a while.
Right.
Knowledge bomb. Yeah,
Yeah.
So I think like he's like a contractor. He's an independent contractor. But nobody's good at their job.
Right.
Like
he did not kill Rico. Instead, he
didn't kill Rico. He got blasted in the chest.
Yeah. And
survived.
The cop, Knowledge's girl, played no part, had no help.
Yeah.
Was no help.
What was his objective? I think he was sent there to kill Rico, and he was gonna kill him that night.
Mm-hmm. And it took too long.
And maybe
got drunk instead.
Yeah, and maybe he thought Rico, maybe he didn't see how smart Rico was.
Right. He overestimated it.
Yeah. Was Rico smart?
Kind of. He was like, yeah. He said, man, I don't fuck with you. I'll straight up. Oh, yeah, man, meet me at the Guild tonight.
Yeah.
And he had his goons
and he had
ready.
it set up. He had it set up.
And the goons didn't even kill.
Yeah.
Then to kill Shamik. Like, no one's good at their job.
Nobody's good.
Yeah, it's just, even with, at the scene that you liked a lot with the kid and Sincere and the projects, that's, I guess, his New York way of telling you, trying to get the young dude to go on the straight and narrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let this life get you down, B. Look in your pocket.
That part didn't make sense to me. Because, like, why do you reward this kid with the fruits of the labor or the hustle? So he reaches in his pocket and you give him jewels. What do you think he's going to do? Like,
continue. You're going to put it on.
He's going to put it on.
And feel like more like the man.
Exactly. And do more slanging. Or he's going to run into trouble because somebody going to want that chain.
For that.
Yeah.
With his little deuce.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
I shot this nigga on the roof, man.
Yeah, it's wildin', man. It's just hot.
Shit is just hot.
Yeah, that nigga all of 78 pounds, bro.
Yeah. It's just hot. Okay, yeah.
It's a 4, man.
If we had watched Belly, if Belly was one of our earlier movies, we probably would have gave it a 5.
Just because
of the order and sequence.
I don't know, but maybe. I feel like,
but after like Paid in Full and Belly is better than New Jersey Drive,
for sure,
significantly better,
for sure.
But like if somebody, like certain movies where somebody be like, if somebody said like you ain't seen Belly, I wouldn't be like, oh, you got to see Belly.
I would say you got to see Belly for to see Sincere. To see Nas and DMX.
Like those might be the questions that I ask. I might be like, are you a Nas fan?
Right.
Are you a DMX fan? Okay, then you got to see Belly. But if you just go like, I ain't seen Belly, and you ain't seen They Clone Tyrone, I would be like, watch They Clone Tyrone.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. If you haven't seen Belly or Paid in Full, watch Paid in Full. Mm-hmm. Belly in New Jack City. So that's why it's a 4, because I would even say like if I had a choice to watch Dead Presidents or Belly, that's where I think probably still Dead Presidents.
Really?
I think probably still Dead Presidents.
Why? Since you've seen both of them already, I know we got to go.
Yeah, no, we good. We got it's a better movie, better acted.
Better acted for sure.
But
when it's all said and done,
more cohesive story.
And we liked Lorenz's character. Mm-hmm. We liked him. He made us like him. But like he wasn't shit. He really wasn't shit.
Right. But I still think Dead Presidents is a better movie.
It is.
Because I think did we give Dead Presidents a 5 or a 4?
I'm sure. I think I might have gave it a.
I think it was a 4. I still think Dead Presidents is a better movie than Belly. I still like.
It's more cinematic. It's shot better in a sense. It's a better story, but really, it's just about a nigga who got out of the prison in the 70s, out of the military in the 70s, and didn't have shit going for himself, and so he decided to rob a bank.
I think if we're talking about movies and one movie has significantly better acting.
Oh yeah,
then it's got to be that.
We'll break that down. Yeah. You know what? We'll have some episodes where we'll just talk about movies we've already broke down.
Yeah.
And compare the 2 or the 3 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because that's a good question. That's we don't have time now, but that's a good topic.
Yeah.
Dead Presidents what's the better movie? Dead Presidents or Belly? Now, acting wise, Dead Presidents. Mm-hmm. Story wise, Dead Presidents is not a great story.
I mean, we talked about how bad the heist was.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But
who's better, Tommy's crew
yes.
or fucking Lorenz? What was his name? Who's better at doing their job?
Their crews was both trash.
No, they weren't.
Wait.
No. Tommy, they walked through, they got done with the heist. They got through it. They got bread.
Talking about the heist
at the beginning.
Yes, the heist.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If we're talking about just overall acumen, they're both very like the Dead President's heist was poorly planned and executed. They're bad at their jobs.
Belly was very well planned,
but they were overall bad at their jobs. Like they was bad at drug dealing.
That's not heist. That's two different crimes. Yeah. The two different worlds. They tried to dabble into the drug shit and fucked it off. But they should have stayed robbing clubs.
Listen, even though the guys from Belly were successfully able to pull the heist off, we could have both agreed that there should have, like, considering what we said, how they came in.
Faces out.
The
cops would have been at their door the next day.
Whoever runs that club would have been like,
these niggas.
Sincere.
We saw them walk in. They dapped up security on the way in.
Let's look at the camera. Okay,
right.
There goes Buns
and the Mace suits and the bad boy outfits.
Quickly,
yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, 4. But that's a good topic though.
Yeah,
that's it, y'all. Belly, man. I enjoyed it. I'll watch it again. It's a movie you put on when you at a party. Yeah, no sound is up. You just put the movie on.
Yeah,
it's a music video.
It's one of them ones, right?
Yeah,
like
one of them ones.
Like we don't watch live TV anymore,
right?
But Belly. And even like other movies are ones that like back when you used to channel surf, if it was on, it would be like, okay.
Oh, Belly on, let's watch it.
Let's watch it.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
All right, family, we done, man, for this time. Catch us next time on BlackBusters, the best movie review podcast in the world.
Craig.
I'm your host, Big Ja, along with my co-host.
Tone Love from state to state.
Ha ha. Catch us next time. Be good or be good at it. Love life.
Kill my niggas.
Kill my niggas. Oh, chill, my niggas. There's no bitch in me.
BlackBusters.